Jonah, Big Dive. It's the Push and Weight Show.
And of course the courage in these veins, people passing the limits, a bunch of beasts broke off the chain. From the folks see them growing and reaching up to pass out peak though. Welcome to the Push and Weight Show.
Man, I'm surprised you ain't said nothing to me about my half gallon of chocolate milk.
I've been holding back on you. Now, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm not really a chocolate milk drinker.
Really?
Pre-made. Like when I was a kid, I like my own Hershey's in the milk, but
That ain't chocolate milk, bro.
what's that?
I don't know. That's just some sugar. That's some sugar in your milk. That's what that is.
The Hershey syrup?
Yeah. I don't know how much sugar is in this. Let's not talk about sugar. That's
Man, yeah, crazy.
Because how many? 8 servings?
Yeah.
23 grams of sugar?
So what's that? About 180, 200? The whole thing?
Yeah, like one, was that 3 times? Yeah, we're creeping up on like 200.
Yeah. You know what I've been on since last week? We talked about it. The pork rinds.
Yeah.
I got a bag in my car, bro. Listen, literally, if you look at it, it's not bad. 80 calories per serving. I think it's like, depending on the bag, so it's just say 5 servings in the bag. So 80 calories, that's 400 calories. That's not really bad.
Ain't bad.
It has less than a gram of carbs per serving. And it's like
ain't bad.
3 grams of fat per serving. I mean, the sodium is just crazy though. So it's like, depending on the flavor you got.
Yeah.
So I think like the hot sauce or the hot, it's like 150 grams of sodium, well, milligrams of sodium per serving. So I mean, if you sit there and smash a whole bag, it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
But I haven't been. The first day I smashed the whole bag because I was like,
"You're like hell yeah,
yeah." But so since the end, it made my stomach hurt. Like I wasn't hungry for like 7 hours. It's like that. It's like it expanded in my stomach. So after I realized that, I've really kind of only been eating 2 servings at a time.
Okay.
So like maybe like a couple handfuls of them.
Is your body like, bro, when I eat something super like sodium, I can feel it in my hands. My hands get swollen real bad. You get it like that?
I mean, I always got like kind of meaty hands.
Yeah, your hands stay swollen.
Yeah, I always have meaty hands. That's what everybody said. Like, damn, bro, you probably punched the shit out of somebody. Like, I've always had meaty hands, so I never realized it, but I'm gonna start looking at it now.
Yeah, I know. I put 2 people in the hospital one time when I was. Yeah, I don't know. My hands were swollen that day.
Yeah, chill out, fam. But you know what, though? I lost like 4 pounds. So I was just basically eating, like I said, I would go to the gym at 6, eat probably around 10:30. Well, actually, Chris told me so like that, getting 30 grams of protein in within 30 minutes of waking up.
Yeah.
So he had sent me a video of a guy just breaking down that process and what happens. And so basically, I'm kind of like, I don't know the whole science behind it. I just know what the guy said in the video. But he was saying like, if you go to the gym off of your reserves, off of just fasting, you have like 20 minutes of. So if you go to the gym for an hour, by the time you go to the gym, you'll have like 20 minutes reserve of like protein and like glycogen in your system. So your fat, it takes, I forget how long it takes for your body to eat your fat or your muscle, but your muscle breaks down faster than your fat.
Yep.
So your body will just attack your muscle. So now you're losing muscle instead of losing fat. So that's why they was like, you want to drink, if you have protein in your system, it's going to drink, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's going to run off the new protein and it's going to break down the glycogen.
Yeah.
And it was just saying like, it's just, so just get protein. Cause there was like, there's people that he was like, it was a trainer. He's like, people come to me all the time saying they do fast, everybody talk about fasted cardio and, whatever. And it was like, and I'm not losing any weight. I'm gaining weight and I'm losing muscle for some reason. And that's why, because you're working out faster, so your body is breaking down your muscle. Want to break down muscle faster than the fat.
Yeah, so it's called catabolic.
Okay.
So your body turns catabolic. Okay. So that's why when I talk to people about, I'm wanting to lose weight and gain muscle,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, what's your cardio like? Wow, I'll go running for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Your body will turn catabolic after
Yeah.
15 minutes of
Yeah.
high intensity cardio.
Okay.
So if you're doing more than 15 minutes, your body will stop attacking your fat and it'll start attacking your muscle.
Okay.
And people look at me kind of crazy, and I'm like, if that doesn't make sense, show me a muscular marathon runner.
Yeah.
You ain't going to be able to,
Yeah.
because they're running for 20, 30, 40, an hour, however long
Yeah.
they're running. Their body's turning catabolic, so any muscle that they are building, they're fighting themselves completely.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things. First thing in the morning when you wake up, man, Cameron, in high school, man, this was before we found out about casein protein, which is a slow digesting protein we would drink before we went to bed. What he would do is he would set an alarm. I told you he's one of the most calculated and disciplined people I know. What he would do is set an alarm for like 3:30 or 4 in the morning. So he would down a big shake before he went to bed, set an alarm for like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and be sitting beside his bed. He'd shake that thing up, down that bitch, and then go back to sleep, and then wake up like 7:15 for school.
So that's what I've kind of. So I went and got some protein, like the pre-made protein shakes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it was a caramel flavor, so it was kind of decent. It was like 140 calories a serving, but it was like 30 grams of protein. And so like I bought them on like Wednesday, and I just drank my last one today. So what I was doing was I had been just drinking them because I told y'all like I need flavor. Like it's hard for me just to drink water. So I just been drinking them like all day long. So I'll drink one in the morning when I wake up.
Yep.
As soon as I wake up, I'll get home from the gym, drink another one.
Yep.
And they're sweet too. So like I've been waking up at like 3 in the morning, and that's when I usually do, like eat some sweets or something. I just been drinking one of them.
Yeah.
So I'll just drink a protein drink at like 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'll wake up at like whatever. I wake up at 5:30, drink one. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I get up.
Yep.
So I'm about to go get some more, man. I kind of like them, but so when I drink my regular whey protein, I put it in water.
Really?
Yeah, because I can't drink milk.
Oh,
Yeah, so I think this has to have milk in it. These protein pre-made ones.
Yeah.
Because my stomach has been.
You lactose intolerant?
Yeah. Listen.
Oh man, I could
listen. 90% of black people is lactose intolerant, bro. Everybody I know is lactose intolerant.
Listen, you find out that I'm lactose intolerant, just go ahead and take me out, bro. Because I drink. It used to be a gallon of milk a day.
Damn.
It used to be a gallon of milk a day.
Yeah.
And now I've slowed down probably at about a half a gallon, maybe a little bit more. But like that's what I'll do. Like middle of the night, thirsty, go in there. I got my own gallon, and the family got their gallon because I've been putting I've been lipping that whole thing.
Yeah.
But I'll middle of the night I'll get up and take some good chugs of that milk.
Yeah.
And because the milk's got a little bit of whey, it's got a little bit of casein and a lot of calcium protein in it.
Okay.
So it's that happy medium. But yeah, man, and I've been going. I switched over from 2% to whole milk.
Okay.
Which I love whole milk.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of fat in it.
Yeah.
And with the way that we're training, I don't really care about my fat intake right now.
Yeah.
And it's a healthier fat.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's not a really bad processed fat. It's a healthier fat. So
okay.
But man, yeah, I didn't know you was lactose intolerant.
Yeah,
man.
bro. Listen, and I ain't speaking for every black person because I don't know every black person.
Yeah.
But all the black people I know, they're lactose intolerant.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, bro. So like that stuff has been like tearing my stomach up, but it's like it's good, and I feel like because I haven't been really eating the protein like I should.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if I'm drinking 4 or 5 of them a day, so I'm saying I'm drinking 5 at 30 grams a piece. That's 150.
Yeah,
and I'm probably eating another probably 60, 70 grams. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it's always better to eat your protein, but when you're in certain situations, and I mean, you got to drink it. You know what I mean? But the whole drinking, so you're drinking a protein shake when you wake up before you go to the gym.
Yeah.
So that's perfect and that makes complete sense because the whole, you know why they say the breakfast is your most important meal of the day? I mean, do you remember hearing that growing up?
Yeah.
So the reason they say that is because your body, when you go to sleep, you have that little 6 to 8,
period.
to where your metabolism slows down, it goes dormant, right? Because you're not feeding it anything, and so you're fasting.
Yeah.
The breakfast is breaking your fast. Yeah, exactly. And so that protein, that makes perfect sense of what the guy was saying. I know what video you're talking about. He's got a big whiteboard. And he talked. And the only thing that throws me off is the glycogen. I don't know shit about what he's talking about when it comes to that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty bare bones when it comes to a lot of nutritional stuff. I can get you enough to get in trouble.
Yeah.
But doing that
Hold
makes
up, fam. Look, you see, you got the guns on. It's like 40 degrees. Outside.
It ain't no 40 degrees.
He had a hoodie on before we cut the camera.
Lying. It's a cool 45 out, okay, but it's an Ohio 45. The sun's shining.
He done brought the guns out because we got the camera on.
We got a new camera in today. I had to see what the resolution was like.
You feel me? Guns in 5K.
We ain't gonna talk about the push-ups you did before the camera come on, bro.
Chill out, man.
But nah, man. So the breaking the fast, waking up, having that protein that's giving your body. Can you tell on your workouts? Can you tell during your workouts, like when you have a protein shake and when you didn't?
Like I said, I started Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even before that. I wasn't like it's hard for me to because my digestive system.
Yeah.
So I normally ain't gotta. I wake up so early. I don't take my morning shit until after I work out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like nothing kicked in, but I feel like now.
I hope this is a clip, by the way. I hope we get this in the clip.
I feel like now, as soon as I drink it, it like.
It's because your metabolism, it's kicking your metabolism.
It's activating everything in me.
That's your morning coffee.
Yeah.
You drink coffee at all? You like coffee?
I mean, I could drink it, but if I do drink it, so when I was fasting this summer, I was just drinking black, no sugar, no cream, no nothing, just black. And I mean, and that's like a natural, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that was really clearing me out. I kind of like it because it's an appetite suppressor too. So I could just drink. I'll just get one big cup and just sip it because I can drink it cold or hot. It don't matter to me. And I'll just sip it and it'll just stop me from eating just because it's like just filling me up all day. Man,
I could never do just plain black coffee, man. Yeah. I tried it when I was trying to cut weight for that the February meet that I did, and I was.
I mean, it's just beans.
I don't get down with beans, yeah. But I hit up one of my bodybuilding friends and I was like, hey man, I need to lose some weight.
Yeah.
Like, what should I do? And he sent me a little thing. And I was like, yeah, I appreciate you putting the time into that, but I ain't doing none of that. He's talking about taking just plain steel cut oats, throwing it in, just some water, and drinking it. And I'm like,
damn.
Why? I'm like, why am I doing that? And he's like, have 2 or 3 black cups of black coffee. And I'm like,
hey, what did Brad Pitt say on Troy? That's why they'll never remember
your name. Yeah, no, they can forget my name. I ain't doing all that.
But I'm starting to see. It's like to get to the next level. You have to really be on the next level.
You gotta do the shit that nobody else. What's that saying? You gotta do the shit that nobody else likes to do to be the places that nobody else is.
Yeah, and it's like in life general.
Yeah,
in life general, but especially with this working out, like I said, like with you, like you're the biggest motherfucker in the gym because you're the only one doing the shit that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like in business, like. I'm getting results that I need because I'm taking it to the next level. Now I'm doing shit that I didn't because you're never growing when you're comfortable.
Right.
You're never growing when you're comfortable. The only time you're actually growing is when you're doing some shit that you don't want to do and it's out of your norm and you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Whether it's working out, business, whatever you're doing, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like I'm getting to that point in my life right now where I'm just like, whatever I got to do next, that's what I'm about to do. I don't care how bad it hurts, how bad I want to do it, how much time is. Really, I don't know about the time. I've been trying to, and I think that's what's messing me up. Because I've been focused more on my time lately. And I've been trying to push the boundaries at the same time. And I don't think you can really do both. You can and you can't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can hire people to kind of do the shit that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
But you still have to put in that time. And it's like, I'm at a point where I'm like pulling this way and pulling this way. But like, I read a lot of books, and that's what they always say is like, when you're growing, there's no such thing as balance. So when you're growing and you're scaling, you're never going to have balance because you can't have balance while you're growing. Only time you're going to see balance is when you get to a point where like, okay, not tired. Like look at what's my guy from Amazon?
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. Now you see him, he's on yachts all the time. Why? He didn't step down from Amazon.
Yeah.
Now he can have that balance of we spending time. Now, you know what I'm saying? But those last 30 years building Amazon, you never seen him nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now you see him, he's jacked. Don't have a neck. He's on a yacht. Bad females everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Because now I got time. Now I don't have to grow. I have people in those positions
to grow for him.
To grow for me. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's a good point, bro. Is you have to give a lot of things time to take the next step. And from what I'm thinking, you're saying is like you're putting a time limit on things in your day because you have another thing that you have to go tend to, but you're trying to elevate that one thing that you're only given a certain amount of time to. That's kind of hard to do. Because sometimes just certain things need that little extra time.
So that's why it's like I'm getting to the point where it's like, so me and Jay started the In-N-Out movie.
Yeah.
And this is probably 30th, 40th business. I'm not even counting no more.
Yeah.
But this is one of Jay's first businesses.
Yeah. So
I'm just telling him like he's ready to go, which is a good thing. You want somebody that's ready to work. That's why I like Jay, because he puts in the work, like not complaining. I know he's gonna do 50% of everything. I'm gonna do 50%. Or if he got to do 100 and pick up what I'm doing, or you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna pick up what he's doing. So that's why I like Jay. Like he puts the grind in. But I'm trying to tell him like, look, we need to start looking for a staff, because I'm at the point in some of my businesses where we're making a decent amount of money, but I'm putting the people in place and the systems in place that need to be. So I'm like, with this being a baby right now business, it's like, okay, I already know. Let's put the steps in place right now.
Yep.
So it's going to, 1, scale faster. 2, we're going to be able to focus on the future of the business instead of focusing on the labor of the business. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let's do that now, because we've already done 7, 8 jobs in the last couple months with no advertising. That's just word of mouth and nice sized jobs, you know what I'm saying, financially. And it's like, so now I know just from experience, like, no, well, I'll not know because he's listening, but bro, this is what we need to do. Let's put these people in place so that way we can focus on multiple jobs and not just one job at a time. We can, these people doing this, we got the crew on this, crew on this, crew on this, and then we can focus on scaling and growth. You know what I'm saying? So
you can make good money doing it yourself.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it yourself still, and you got these people over here also doing it, and you getting the top end of it, you know what I mean? And then these people over here say you making more money while doing the same thing that you're already doing.
Yeah.
So,
and my thing is too, is like, I heard this a year or two ago. I'd rather have a slice of a watermelon than all of a grape. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like,
because watermelon tastes better.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just the majority, I'd rather have 20%, you feel me?
Right.
Than have 100% and have to do everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was telling him, like, bro, we're still going to make the same amount of money we're going to make whether it's me and you, because with me and you, we can only do one job at a time.
Exactly.
If we got 3, 4 jobs, that 20, 30% that we're making now is still going to be the same we was going to make off of one, but we're spreading it out. We're getting more jobs done, and the word of mouth, you know what I'm saying? We're reaching more people, and we can expand faster.
And in my mind, this might be the wrong way of looking at it. In my mind, so you got 2 other jobs that you're getting 30% of, and you doing this and you getting 100% of,
Yeah.
and this one single job you actually making out with 160% on that job,
Yeah.
right?
In a sense.
Terrible way to look
Yeah.
at it.
No, I mean, in a
That's
sense.
why I ain't got keys to the city, bro.
Chill
Okay.
out.
No, but for real, that's one thing. Like, you got a lot going on, and you've done a lot, and you do a lot, and
I mean, I'll take
there's-
160% anytime.
But you're that's for real. I mean, you got people was giving you a lot of people was giving you flowers and still do.
Yeah.
That's why, you know, Key Dob is a real thing, bro. You know, because
hashtag
trademarked. You know, Key Dob. That's a real thing because you've figured it out.
Yeah.
And you already have leveled up.
Yeah.
You just ready to level up again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's only because I've taken those risks. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think I've said it before. I've done every way to do it wrong.
Mhm.
I've done it the wrong way. Any way you can do it wrong, I've done it.
Yeah.
So I'm at the point now where I can only do it right.
Yeah.
Because I've done it wrong so many times.
Yeah.
Like, I done fucked around and learned how to do it right now. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just taking that and putting it in this business, putting it in this aspect, showing this person like, okay, I've done that before too, bro. Try this. I'm not telling you what to do, but just try this right here.
Yeah.
It might work for you because it worked for me. And it's like, I'm at 33 now. And like, I'm at the point where, like I said, hired the business manager. And she is, like I said, she handles 8-figure, 9-figure accounts. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So she's able to see, at least on that aspect, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of things I'm doing, like I said, with social media that she doesn't, is not really her forte.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like corporate business goes and finances, like she's able to see like, okay, this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. And that's like, we got a meeting tomorrow and just elaborate because we had a meeting 3 weeks ago on just our plan of action and what we got going on and finishing out this quarter and how to start the beginning of 2024. And so this meeting is about, we know what we got to do. We put the steps down. So it's now the plan of action and how are we carry out the steps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's a very necessary thing because yes, people make it by themselves. Yes. But if you listen to the big dogs in the industry talk about it, I mean, of course, the social media guys that try to act like they did it all themselves.
Right.
But when you really get to listening to them, they're like, "Yeah, I got a team together that helped me push it to the next level."
Yeah.
And it's like, there's this one guy I was listening to, and he was like, "Man, he was like, I was at 6 figures, and I couldn't break into 7 figures, and then I hired a manager to get me into 7 figures because she was managing other 7-figure companies."
Yeah.
And he's like, and then I was at that cusp, and I couldn't get into 8 figures, and I hired a different manager, an 8-figure manager, and they got me in 8, and then he's like, now I'm in the 9 figures. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I did like 140 million altogether.
Yeah.
So he's like, just, you got to level, you got to be around, there's levels to it, yes. And then there are certain people that can get you to these certain levels. You know what I'm saying? Whether you bump into them by accident or you go out and hire them. So you got to just be around these certain people to help you level to it. Like with you got George, guys like that that's been record holders, national and all-time world record holders. And what would you have been without them?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not taking nothing away from your success.
100%.
But you know, you got to be around these people that's done it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna help you reach it, not faster because you still got to put in the work, but just the pitfalls, and they know what it took to get there, so they're going to be able to direct you instead of you going. They can be like, okay, A, B, C. It's going to be a little bit different for you, but I can help you get there. You know what I'm saying? So,
man, that's one thing that. So when we went to that meet down in Cincinnati, I had seen some of my guys that I trained with down there, and I was like, "Where y'all at?" And they're like, "Oh, we're still down there." And I was like, I thought it was done. I thought it had ceased. And he was like, "No, there's literally like 3 or 4 of us down there still."
yeah.
And I'm like, man, I was like, I might come down there and squat with you guys when I get in my suit because I'm having trouble in the hole, staying tight in the hole. And they're like, "Come, dude, you're always welcome. You already know. Come on down, you know." I was talking to my girl about it, and I was like, the only thing that scares me or worries me is me not being there on a Monday, and the crew suffering from it. And then as I was saying it, I was like, you know what? I've got to go down there, learn something.
And bring
It's
it back.
continuous. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
continuous learning.
Yeah.
This game is continuous learning.
Yeah.
Go down there, learn something that I might have forgotten,
Yeah.
and come back. And even if there was a little, I don't want to say fall off, but even if there was not as intense of a workout that day, we're bringing something new.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring
And
something
it's not-
different.
Yeah.
And the next day it's gonna be, instead of 2 steps forward, we're gonna take 5 steps forward.
Yep.
So yeah, it's being around those people that, your business, partner, your business manager, your
Yeah.
coach, all that stuff, like
Yeah.
that's been there, that's done that, and it's going to help you get to that next level.
Yeah.
Because, what's the other thing? Scared money don't make money. He
Yeah.
was talking about taking risks. You're
Yeah.
taking a lot of risks.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that some years back I was doing a business venture, and my parents have always been very stewardess with their money, and they've never been risky with their money. And I was talking about a business venture a few years ago, and I was to where I'd have to move out of state. And I was like, "You're not gonna do that. Shut up. You're stupid." And then next week I came out and I was like, "Yeah, so I got a house up in,
Yeah.
out of state. And she's like, "You're really gonna do that?" And I was like, "Yeah, because I see potential in it." And she was like, I just that's a big risk." And I was like, "Scared money don't make money." And I went up there, and now I was young, so I made a crap ton of money and spent it on dumb shit,
Yeah.
Louis shirts, Louis shoes,
Yeah, I
belts.
remember you walking in with the Louis loafers.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, okay, then. You get a couple of dollars.
Yeah, and but I literally got one Ferragamo belt,
Yeah.
I think like one Louis belt left out of everything that I bought,
Yeah.
and I ain't even sure that Louis belt's real. Okay,
Man.
my dang. but like that was one of the things, man, that I learned
Yeah.
was, I made out, and then spend it on dumb shit to show people
Yeah,
that I'm making out,
Yeah. And now you ain't got.
No, I ain't got. You know what I
But
mean?
that's life, bro. You know how many times I've done that?
Yeah.
Like, came up and not really. I ain't really the type of guy that spend it all on materials. I was like when I first was out here, like younger, you know what I'm saying? Probably about the same age you was at that time. I was doing that, but now it's like I was listening to this. The guy we listening to, his name is Marquise or Marquis on IG, and he's like a business manager, consultant, and he talks about, and so this has happened. So this happened to me recently, like this year and last year. He was like, "Don't make decisions off of a good month."
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I had like a month where I was high 5 figures. You know what I'm saying? Like high 5 figures. And next month, I think I did like, so the first month it was like 70,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next month it was like 50,000. I'm like, damn, eating.
Yeah.
And the next month it was like 10,000. Then the next month it was like 5,000. And then like the next couple of months it was like $1,000.
Yeah.
Because my truck, I had my trailer in the shop, and then one of my main companies was like down off production, and you know what I'm saying. So it was like, and it put me in a jam because I was in a spot where I had spent a whole bunch of money thinking I was investing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I didn't have the money coming in to pay for what I still had to spend it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like $7,500 a month in stuff that I accumulated.
Yeah.
Thinking that all these months was going to be $70,000 a month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. And I seen dudes just say that, and it's like, yeah, I'm not doing. It's like, that's why I like social media sometimes, because there is, when you listen to the right people,
yeah,
and not just people that's just showing you the allures and the, you know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of bullshit out there.
Yeah, when you listen to the right people, it's like, damn, I went through that. Like he put a a term on what I was going through, and I was like, damn, that's exactly what I did. And I did that like 2-3 times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I knew not to do it this time, but like earlier this year, I did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I went from this to this. Like, damn, I wasn't messed up,
Yeah.
but now I financed a couple things, and now I still got to make the payments on. But luckily, like I said, I done balanced everything back out, and I'm cool. But yeah, do not make them rash decisions off of 1 good month, 2 good months, because you don't even realize, like he said, you don't even know how you hit that spike like that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even like know what you did to hit that peak.
Yeah, it just
you know
happened.
What I'm saying? It just happened.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even got it down to a sign. It just happened, popped up on like just perfect timing just happened for you at that moment. You know what I'm saying? And then now you see it and went back down to where you were at. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, man, you can't make them decisions off of just a good month or two.
Yeah. I was talking to a dude that runs a car dealership years ago, and I was trying to get into selling cars.
Yeah.
And he was like, the biggest thing, he's like, if you get into this, you know, it's like the biggest thing is live off your salary.
Yeah.
It's like any commissions you make,
put that up.
Don't count it towards nothing. Live off your salary. He's like, we have one dude that literally did that.
Yeah.
Where he was, you know, making had a few good months. Went and bought a side by side.
Yeah.
Went and bought a couple quads. Went and got a camper. And then the months hit.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I got to go find a better paying job. I got to go find. And he's like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I got all this stuff that I've got payments on. And he was like, I told that stuff wasn't in your. If you can't.
Yeah.
And what was the one thing? I can't remember who told me, if you can't buy it twice, then don't buy it once.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something that I'm really trying to live by too. Is like, if you can't buy it twice, if you can't go in there, buy it twice and still be cool, then you ain't got the money to buy it once.
Yeah. And that's the thing, bro. You live and you learn.
Yeah. I'm still learning.
I mean, if you feel you got it all, you're probably not as smart as you think you is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right.
I'm not saying
no, you're right though.
Like, and I'm luckily I've never gotten to the point where I thought I just know everything. You know, I'm always searching for knowledge and information in everybody. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny. I was just telling you because I told you I think last episode before about my guys at at Marion Catholic I went to school with, and we had met up last night. And it's funny just to see because, like I said, they've all came from families that's kind of well off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not taking nothing away from the hard work they put in because they all put in hard work.
Yeah.
To be where they're at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Their financial literacy. Has been. Kind of passed down. Yeah.
So just conversating with them and talking about the stuff that just talking about stuff with them. They're not talking about they're not talking about Will Smith. They're not talking about Moneybag Yo. They're not talking about $500,000 or a dinner with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
They're not talking about that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like they're talking about setting up untaxed college funds. They're talking about, make sure you buy this stock because this is about to happen with this war. Make sure you buy this stock because this is about. Make sure you short this because this is about to happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, what do I be thinking about all that? You know what I'm saying?
I'll say one of the things that there was a teacher at Pleasant. That told his kids, and I was friends with a lot of Pleasant kids, so that's how I got to me. But what he would do is about like every spring or so, he would buy a bunch of stock in like building companies down south. So like construction companies, big construction companies, and like shingle companies, lumber companies, any building supply, you know. And then when he would hear about like hurricanes and shit that's about to happen, then he would buy a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the hurricanes hit, he'd give it a couple months. The insurance companies would start paying out for everybody to rebuild their house. And then he would cash out, and he'd make a couple thousand every year.
Yeah.
And that's just one of the small things.
Yeah.
And I was like, so of course when I was young, I'm sitting there, I was like, do that, you know. I get looking on there and man, might have made me a little $60. You know,
Man.
I don't know what he was putting in on it,
Yeah.
but I mean it's stuff like that like your people are hit to, you know. Where it's like shorting stocks, you know. I was asking you like, how the hell do you short a stock?
Yeah.
You know, like stuff like that. They're paying attention to all of the political and world stuff that's going on, and then they're looking
how to benefit off
of it. And that's like we kind of was talking about it earlier off camera. Was like, you know, politics means certain stuff, you know, and we should be paying attention to that stuff. But the rich are always going to benefit off of certain things.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, bro, there's no reason that, like, it's kind of a mindset. It's a financial literacy thing, 100%.
Yeah.
Knowing what you got to do, knowing how to short a stock, knowing, you know, what this means for that and what that means for this.
Yeah.
But there's no reason that we can't, as the little guy, start playing into that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, who's that one dude, that Wall Street Trapper? You ever seen him?
Yeah.
And he was sitting there talking. I don't know his background, but you know, I think he was on a Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know, I've been on here for what, 43 minutes? And he's like, tell me what it is now. And he made like 5 or 8 bands, so something kind of ridiculous for the little 43 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, off that. And my thought was like, okay, I've been thinking about like, all right, I can subscribe to these guys, I can get on their Discord, whatever they got, but you really got to apply it.
Yeah.
You can what's the word? You can hear it all day, but if you ain't really listening, you ain't really learning.
So that's what my dad used to always tell me. Wisdom is obtaining knowledge. Being wise is applying knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
So like I said, you could read a book and obtain the knowledge, but are you applying the knowledge that you are obtaining? You know what I'm saying? So
I like that.
So that's all it's about. And that's what I think we talked about it last episode where I'm like, okay, you can listen to Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, Wall Street Trapper, all these guys, Robert Kiyosaki. All that stuff that they're saying works.
Yeah.
But are you applying the knowledge, and are you just sticking? Because it's funny because there's a guy that kicks it with, it's like a whole group of guys that be a Wall Street Trapper. Then you got I can't think of his name right now, but he's like a real estate guy, and he was saying he had like Grant Cardone saying you should be buying a 10plex, and then he had Robert Kiyosaki saying you shouldn't be using your own money. And then you have another guy saying you should use your own money. Then you got like Dave Ramsey saying no debt. Then you got, you know what I'm saying? And it's like everybody on the internet is contradicting each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, who do you listen to?
Yeah.
And that's why I was saying before, like I don't really listen to everybody. Like, you know, we can name all these guys all day, but I was listening to these guys, like everybody. I was listening to all these guys we named plus some. And it's like, I'm not anymore. I mean, I'll hear something about, okay, yeah, that was slick. You know what I'm saying? But I'll just apply it if I need to apply with what I got going on. I'm not switching up. Because I think that's what a lot of people are doing. They switch their whole game plan based upon what everybody's saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I have a game plan. I have a structure. And I'm doing that.
Yeah.
If anything else is needed, information wise, I'll go seek it, or it's like a magnet, it'll come to me when I need it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just put myself out there, it comes to me when I need it, but I'm not changing what I have going on based upon what anybody says. You know what I'm saying? It's just about if that'll work for me, if it pertains to what I'm doing.
Exactly. That's what I just wrote down. I think it all depends on the different disciplines of the person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that also applies to working out.
Yeah.
In the sense of, you know, you got, like you were saying, you got people saying, don't use your money. Use your money. Don't be in debt. Take out debt, right? Yeah. And it's the same thing as, you know, when it comes to working out, you know, you got like Jimmy Cole, where he benches the highest bench in the world, 1401, right? He doesn't believe in speed work. You talk to George, he believes in speed work. You talk to Louis, he believes in speed work. You know, other people, they believe in hypertrophy. So a lot of reps, you know, to build up the muscle. And it all depends, I think, on everybody's personal discipline. Because if you can't stand to be in debt, right, and you're gonna hustle to get out of debt, then you can take out some debt
Yeah.
to use
Yeah.
because your discipline is getting the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Right. Same thing with like working out. If you got the discipline to push your muscle into a hypertrophy state where you are, you're blowing that thing up like a bodybuilder, and you have the discipline to push yourself till you can't push yourself, then that's cool. But if you ain't got the discipline for that, then you just gonna do some reps until you feel a pump, and then you're done. So a lot of things in life, there's so many options to make it to this one point, but it all depends on the person's discipline, their own personal disciplines of things. Because if they undisciplined in one aspect of their life, then this road might not work for them. If they're super disciplined in this aspect, then it's gonna work for them. It's finding your own path.
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting at. It's finding your own path of what works for you.
Staying in your lane.
Staying in your lane, and
so what was that word you said? Hypertrophy. Hypertrophy.
So that's the like what bodybuilders do is hypertrophy.
Yeah.
Is a lot of reps.
Yeah.
Right. So more reps, more sets.
Yeah.
Or less sets, more reps. Like a lot of our accessories. So we've got our main movement, then we have our main accessory. The main accessory is to help your main movement to the most of its ability. So, if you're weak in the triceps on your bench press, then your next movement, your main accessory needs to be something like a 3-board press or like a pin press or a close grip 2-board or something, to where or a JM press, where you're going to be attacking your weakness, right? And then all of your other accessories are hypertrophy. So like that main accessory, you're looking at doing like 4 sets of 6 to 8, where you're building the strength of it, right? All of your other accessories are obviously building strength, but we're doing 4 sets of 12, 4 sets of 15, 5 sets of 10. So you're building the size and the hypertrophy and the muscle endurance around it. Because if you don't have muscle endurance when you're pushing something, then your time under tension is going to affect you way more, and you're not going to be able to get a lift. So if you have no muscle endurance, kind of like when you first came in, your muscle endurance was way down. We would be into a set, and we'd have a set of 8 or a set of 10, and you'd get to like rep 4 or 5 or 6, and your body would just be done. It'd give out. It's like we've hit our wall that we have right now. So we would back down the weight and hit those 10 reps, and now you're moving your wall. You're moving your ceiling. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's hypertrophy. Everything that you're doing with Chris is a lot of hypertrophy.
And I feel like, so I've been pushing myself with him more, because normally we were doing like sets of 12 or rep, like 12 to 15 reps. But like the last, I'll say 2 to 3 weeks, I've probably been doing like 20 to 25. Like I've been really trying to like go past, like you said, go past that little pump to where I can't even, I'm doing like a bicep curl. I can't even lift them last 5 I gotta do.
Yeah. I'm
not even, you know what I'm saying? Them babies is right here, and I'm leaning my shoulder down into them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what I've been trying to really push myself. Like these last 3 weeks, I've been watching more bodybuilding. I mean, I watch powerlifting and bodybuilding videos, but I just been trying to emulate what I'm seeing more, and I feel it's a difference, man. Like I said, man, that red 740 shirt, man, I could barely put my arms in it the other day.
So my question for you is, when you get to that point where you halfway up and you having to put your shoulder into it, right? Does Chris come over and help you finish the rep at all? Or do you same for him when he gets to that point? Are you helping him finish the rep?
No, it's funny because I had said to him one day we usually end our arm workout on the same machine like all the time. It's like a bicep curl machine.
Preacher curl, or you got your
but it's the one where you holding the 2 like this. So it has 2 handles like this, and you're holding it and you're coming up.
Can you also
but it is still like a preacher curl though. And
there must be a new machine over there.
I mean, it looked like it's from 1978, but it might be newer in there. You know what I'm saying? But and I was like, here, help me get these last. Yeah, chill out, chill out. I was like, help me get these last couple ones.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he heard me or not. He probably didn't hear it. You know, sometimes you just be zoned out, like
Yeah.
thinking it ain't your turn. You know what I'm saying? You just thinking, oh, help me get these last ones. And I struggled with them last ones, and I was just like, okay.
Left our boy hanging,
Left
bro.
me hanging. And I ain't asked ever since.
So one thing that I've noticed, I watch a lot of, when it comes to bodybuilders, I don't really follow a lot.
I see them. They'll like whoever spotted them help them get them last couple ones.
Yeah. Is the one bodybuilder that honestly, I think I only follow one bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Like IFBB Pro, besides my man Seth Shaw.
Yeah.
Is that Nick Walker, Mutant?
Okay.
I sent you a lot of his videos before, and what I noticed out of his stuff is like in a lot of bodybuilder stuff, I've seen it on Seth stuff, Big Slank, shout out Big Slank. But what I've noticed is when they get to that point, right, they're keeping their form 100%, right? So instead of leaning that shoulder forward, right, they're keeping their form, and their coach or their partner is helping them finish the rep, right?
Yeah.
That's what you guys, my personal opinion, I ain't a bodybuilder. I'm just literally going off what I've seen. But when you get to that point, help them up, finish the rep to, shit, you got 20 reps and you out at 10.
Yeah.
You really about to grow and see your muscles make a huge change when you still get those other 10 reps, even if you got a little bit of help. That don't matter. It's prime example is that was it Tom Platz? I think it is.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I think you would send it to me, or I sent it to you. A video of he had a dude doing hamstring curls, and he had a dude. He was bringing the legs up, and then he was pulling it down, and he's telling the dude, "Fight me, fight me, fight it, fight it, fight it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it." And the dude is just hollering.
Yeah.
I mean, he's screaming, he's shaking, and he lets it down, and then Tom goes, "Okay, give me 5 more." And everybody in the gym starts cracking up because they know that the dude just gave his all, you know. But he was like, "Give me 5 more." He's like, "I'm gonna help you up. Give me 5 more." So that's exactly what it did. He pushed it up for him, and then kind of guide the guy back and let the guy fight as much as he could to bring it down to himself, and then push him back up and fight. And he was like, "That's where you're getting. That is the growth. Those last sets or reps, where you're getting that little bit of help and pushing yourself to where shit, my body ain't giving no more. I can't give no more." But you force it to, that's where that real growth is really gonna explode.
Yeah, that's what I've been on. Like I said, like about the last 3 weeks, man, I've just been really like past my not pain point, but past that first pump into like I'm feeling that stretch in the muscle. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like that's like you said, that's where you're growing at is in that. You're not growing. You building up. Them first 10 reps is getting you to the building point. And the other ones, that's where you're growing at. So that's what I've just been on, man. And obviously, I'm not saying nothing new. I'm just figuring out what I have to do. You know what I'm saying?
Your disciplines.
Yeah.
Your ways.
Yeah.
And it's working. It's working. I was literally just telling Mike, I swear on everything, I was telling Mike Friday that I don't take really any credit for his squat except in the very beginning, because he did what did he do? He did 330. He did 330 for 5
on Friday.
Yeah. So, but I told him, he was like, "Bro, he's like, 1, this is the longest I've ever worked out, and 2, he's like, that's the most I've ever done, period." And I'm like, you know what? I was like, I really don't take any credit for your squat, because he's been just the way his schedule is. He comes in when we're either halfway through or pretty damn near close done with our main movement on squat. I said, and you don't really do what we've been doing. So like Friday we had speed. We were doing doubles. He came in, he did 5s. the day before that, or I think it was Monday. I can't remember what we did, but he come in and I think he did like triples or fives or eights or something like that. He did a little bit more hypertrophy style stuff, and I was like, and then all the accessories he does, but his main movement on squat, he don't really do what we do, but his numbers are climbing, and I was like, I don't really take any credit for it because you're doing your own thing on the main movement because you know your body better. You know that, doubles might be cool for us and it might be working for me and for us, but your body needs more. So you're doing the little different things in your numbers is climbing. So keep doing what you want to do and how you're doing it because you know your body and it's working better for you. So, yeah, man, he did, what was it? Like, he jumped, I want to say 20 or 30 pounds each time. He started at 240 and he did like 3, maybe 4 sets in between to where he got to 330 and he did it for 5. And it was smooth. I think on his third rep, nobody, it was the second rep because we had somebody else using the mono, running the mono, and they didn't know that he was going for 5. So they brought it in and hit the bar and it kind of offset him a little bit. But those 5 were smooth. So yeah, I think when you get into your training programs, building that base is great and it's perfect, but you have to go off of
What works for
what
you.
works for you. And I've been thinking about, like, today I was writing out all of the accessories for us. And you remember it used to be where we get done with the main movement, and I'm like, two things for triceps, 2 things for back, and 1 thing for whatever. But what I would see is that people would always go to the stuff they were comfortable with. Oh, I know I'm good at these. These don't suck that bad, so I'm gonna go ahead and do these, right? So that's when I was like, all right, I got to go back to writing down what everybody has to do. We got to do these, All right, and then I was assessing like, okay, most everybody was failing at their triceps. Most everybody was failing at their chest. So we're going to be dominant on back, or we're going to be dominant on triceps today, or we're going to be dominant on shoulders. But I was literally thinking today, I was always writing everything out. I was like, halfway when I erase this and say 2 triceps, 2 back exercises, 1 shoulder exercise. We might go back to that. And everybody just needs to have that discipline of, this is where I'm weak at. I got to do the shit that sucks. I used to, back in the day, I used to give kids the option. I would say, it only worked like 2, maybe 3 times when I was training at Harding, where I was like, do we want to do this or this? Like, let's do this. I'm like, all right, bet we're doing this. You guys didn't want to do this. This shit sucks. This is what's going to make us better. And then the second time, I was like, I swear to God, I swear on everything, we're going to, whatever you guys want to do. Or we want to do this. I'm like, all right, my fault, I lied. We're doing this, And then the third time, we want to do this. I was like, I know you guys hate those, so we're going to go ahead and do those because that's what you guys picked, But it's learning everybody's discipline. Everybody has to hone in on the disciplines of themselves and do the stuff that sucks to make you better. Again, back to what we were talking about earlier. You got to do the things that people don't want to do to go to the places that people ain't at. So yeah, you're on your path, man. And I was thinking, I'm surprised you ain't taking some of them pork rinds and just throwing them in your tuna bag, so you got a little bit of crunch in that tuna.
It's funny. I was thinking that the other day I was thinking that the other day, but I'm like, I started eating the sardines. So
This dude sent me a daggone video where it was sardines and some, what was it, hot mustard?
No, so it was 2 different kinds. Well, I guess it was hot mustard because it was one in mustard and 1 in hot sauce, and then I was taking a scoop of the 1 in mustard and a scoop of the 1 in hot sauce, and that's what I was eating.
Yeah.
I mean, it tastes like tuna, obviously. Honestly, it just tastes like tuna.
No, it don't.
It really does. Only thing that messes you up is because it's still the whole fish. I mean,
yeah.
So that
just looking at you.
Yeah. I mean, it ain't a head. Them is anchovies with the head still on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you might be mixing it up. You might be mixing it up.
I am mixing it up. They all still gross.
No, so if you like tuna, you'll probably like sardines because it just tastes like sardines and tuna taste the same. But so that's what like Jay. I was telling Jay about it the other day. He was like, hell no. He's like, man, I hate sardines. He's like, man, they salty as hell. And I wasn't thinking. And I'm like 5 minutes. I said, nah, them is anchovies.
Yeah.
He's like, y'all had them on a pizza. And I'm like, nah, them is anchovies. I was like, yeah, anchovies is salt. You ever had an anchovy? Oh, I ate one on a pizza one time. And I'm like, God dang, like it's just, it's like they just pack. And then I seen how they make them. That's basically what they do. They kind of, you catch them, you preserve them in salt.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like just salty as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like taking just a block of salt and with a fish taste to it.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, sardines. If you like tuna, sardines just taste like tuna. It's just there's just still a whole fish there looking just, they cut the head isn't on there though. But like I said, man, it's 20 grams. It's 20 grams of protein per can, low carbs, low fat. Like, I mean, sodium is up there, you know what I'm saying, just because they're putting it in mustard and hot sauce. I mean, and they probably got to preserve it in salt too.
Right.
But, I mean, other than that, like I said, I'll eat 2 cans at a time, 40 grams of protein, you know what I'm saying? And
there's your discipline. That's your discipline right there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Why is my phone blowing up, bro? I'm getting calls and stuff all day.
Business move.
Man.
Business move.
Man.
But no, man, we do got a couple things going on today. So we're gonna wrap it up here. But you know, I was told one of my brothers was watching this, and he was like, "You got to hit at the very end. Make sure you like and subscribe."
Yeah, bro.
We've been.
I always you say it sometimes. I've heard you say it a couple times. But yeah, make sure you where's the arrow? We're gonna have it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share on the post.
You got to like it, and subscribe on the post, man. And we are gonna do a little Black Friday giveaway Tuesday.
Okay.
We're gonna announce something. I'm still trying to figure out how we're gonna do it. But we're gonna do a little Black Friday giveaway. And
why gotta be Black Friday?
Love y'all, man. This Big John, this little dog. We'll see y'all next time.
And of course the courage in these veins, people passing the limits, a bunch of beasts broke off the chain. From the folksy I'm growing and reaching up to pass out peak though. Welcome to the Push and Wait Show.